Imagine this. You're waking up early, stretching out your arms as sunlight pours through the window. You feel rested, your body is energized, and you're ready to take on the day. But there's one thing that you never have to worry about: your heart. It's beating strong and steady, free from the pain, fear, or worries that so many people face when it comes to their heart health. Now, think for a moment. What if I told you that feeling like this, free from the stress and risk of heart disease, could be more than just a dream? What if there was a way to transform your heart health with simple, easy changes? Changes that are backed by science and proven to work. You might be wondering, how can something as complicated as heart health be that simple? And I get it. Heart disease is a big issue. It's something many of us fear, something that feels out of our control. But here's the thing. You have the power to make changes that can protect and strengthen your heart. Today we're going to dive deep into the world of heart health, but we won't get lost in medical jargon or confusing terms. Instead, we're going to talk about simple, easy to understand changes that, when put into practice, can have an immediate and lasting impact on your heart. These are changes that anyone can start today. No need for drastic, hard-to-follow diets or grueling workout routines. It all begins with the power of knowledge, and taking that knowledge and turning it into action. Think about it. Every day we make choices that affect our bodies. We eat, we move, we rest, and each choice impacts our heart. But how many of those choices are consciously working in favor of our heart health? Most of the time, we go about our days without really thinking about the most important muscle in our body, the heart. Now, here's a little wake-up call. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death worldwide. But here's the kicker. 80% of heart disease is preventable. That's right, 80%. So many of us are living with the risk of heart disease when, with a few small adjustments, we could dramatically change our health outcomes. Imagine not having to worry about heart attacks, strokes, or that constant feeling of fatigue. Picture yourself taking on each day, knowing that your heart is as healthy as it can be. What would your life look like if you could achieve that level of peace of mind? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. I'm here to show you how simple lifestyle changes can dramatically reduce your risk of heart disease, boost your energy, and improve your overall health. And the best part, these changes don't require fancy equipment, expensive supplements, or hours in the gym. These are simple science-backed changes that anyone, yes, you, can implement in your life starting right now. Before we jump into the solutions, let's take a moment to understand what's going on inside our bodies. What exactly happens when we neglect our heart health? What are the things we need to watch out for to make sure we're keeping our heart in top shape? Because understanding these facts is the first step in truly transforming your heart health. But don't worry, I'm not going to overload you with medical jargon. We're going to keep it simple. You'll be able to understand exactly how your heart works and, more importantly, how you can make it work better for you. We're living in an age where information is at our fingertips. But here's the thing, just knowing about heart health isn't enough. We need to take action. We need to make easy, doable changes that will have a real impact. And that's exactly what we'll do today. So, stick with me. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn how to take control of your heart health no matter where you're starting from. Whether you're already facing challenges or you're just looking to improve your health, these changes can be the key to a stronger, healthier heart. Are you ready to take that first step? Let's begin. Part 1. The heart health crisis. Now, let's step back and think for a moment. What comes to mind when you hear the words heart disease? For many of us, it's a word that carries a lot of fear and worry. It's a word that we often associate with our grandparents, parents, or even ourselves as we age. But what if I told you that heart disease isn't just something that happens when you get older? What if I told you that it's something that can begin to affect you right now? Heart disease doesn't just appear overnight. It develops slowly over time, and the scary part is that many of us don't even know we're at risk. It doesn't always come with warning signs. It doesn't always give you that dramatic moment of chest pain or shortness of breath. Instead, heart disease creeps in through subtle changes you might not notice right away. In fact, research shows that almost 50% of people who die from heart disease don't have any symptoms before it happens. That's shocking. But there's hope, because if you're aware of the risks and take action early enough, you have the ability to stop it before it's too late. It's hard to ignore the statistics when you hear them. Heart disease is still the #1 cause of death worldwide. It's responsible for claiming over 17 million lives each year. That's more than cancer, more than accidents, more than any other disease. And the most frightening part, a lot of this could be prevented. Most of it could be prevented. Now, you might be thinking, this doesn't apply to me. I'm healthy. I don't have any signs of heart disease. And you know what? You could be right. But that's the problem with heart disease. It doesn't always show up with obvious symptoms. And by the time you notice them, it might be too late. Let me share a simple story with you. Think about someone you know who's always been healthy, someone who exercises, eats well, and seems to have it all together. Maybe it's a family member or even a close friend. They go about their day never thinking about the potential dangers lurking inside their body. And then, one day, without warning, they experience a heart attack. It's a shocking moment, a wake-up call. I know a lot of you can relate to this scenario. I certainly can. The truth is, heart disease doesn't care about age, and it doesn't care about how healthy you feel right now. It's one of those silent conditions that can affect anyone, whether they're in their 30s, 40s, or 60s. But here's the thing. You don't have to wait for a warning sign. You don't have to wait for that scare. You have the power right now, today, to take action. So, why is this such a big deal? Why should we all be thinking about heart disease, even if we don't feel any symptoms? Well, it's because we are living in a time where heart disease is becoming more and more common. It's not just something that affects older adults. It's affecting younger people too. And it's not just a problem in certain countries or for certain people. Heart disease is a global issue, and it doesn't care where you live or what your background is. One of the biggest risk factors for heart disease is lifestyle, the things we do every day. But the good news is, you have control over this. Yes, you do. It's all about making small, healthy changes that add up to big results. It's not about extreme measures or drastic overnight changes. It's about simple habits that anyone can incorporate into their lives. When we think about heart disease, we often think about high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or clogged arteries. But these things don't just appear out of nowhere. They develop slowly, often over years. And the causes? They're mostly linked to poor habits, poor diet, lack of exercise, high stress, and not getting enough sleep. It's important to understand that all of these factors are within your control. You have the power to change the way you live today, which will affect your heart tomorrow. Let's break it down further. High blood pressure is one of the most common contributors to heart disease. When your blood pressure is too high, it forces your heart to work harder than it should. This causes strain, and over time, it can lead to heart failure. But here's the thing. You can control your blood pressure with a healthy diet, regular exercise, and by managing stress. No magic pills or extreme measures required. And then there's high cholesterol. Cholesterol is a type of fat that's found in your blood. While you need a certain amount of cholesterol to stay healthy, too much can lead to plaque buildup in your arteries. Think of your arteries as highways for blood to travel through. If there's too much plaque, the highway gets clogged. The blood can't flow freely, and this can lead to a heart attack or stroke. The good news? Eating heart-healthy foods and exercising can help lower your cholesterol levels. And in many cases, it can even reverse the damage done by high cholesterol. But heart disease isn't just about blood pressure and cholesterol. There's also the issue of inflammation. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection, but when it's chronic, it becomes a silent danger. Chronic inflammation can cause damage to your blood vessels, making them more likely to become blocked. But here's the thing. Chronic inflammation can be controlled by simple everyday habits, like eating anti-inflammatory foods, reducing stress, and staying active. Your body can heal and repair itself with just a little care. So, why is heart disease such a huge concern? It's because it affects almost every part of our life, physically, emotionally, and financially. The stress that comes with knowing your heart isn't in the best shape can take a toll on your mental health. The fear of the unknown can be overwhelming, and the costs of treating heart disease are astounding. Hospitals, doctors, medications. It's a massive burden that many of us don't consider until it's too late. Now, I know this is a lot to take in, but don't feel discouraged. Here's where the power of knowledge comes in. If you know what's at risk, you can do something about it. The sooner you start, the better. And the best part? Even if you're already at risk, it's never too late to turn things around. The truth is, you don't have to wait until something happens. You don't have to sit by and let the risk of heart disease slowly creep up on you. You have the tools and the knowledge to fight back right now. This is why we're here today, to give you the steps, the advice, and the power to take action and keep your heart strong for years to come. So, let's dive into how you can begin making those changes today. It's easier than you might think, and it starts with the choices you make each day. Let's get started. Part 2. Understanding the science of heart health. All right, before we dive into the changes you can make, let's take a step back and understand what's happening inside our bodies, especially when it comes to the heart. When we think about heart health, it's easy to imagine the heart as just this muscle that beats inside our chest. But there's a lot more to it than that. Our heart is at the center of everything we do, pumping blood and oxygen throughout the body, keeping us alive and energized. It works tirelessly, day and night, never stopping, never taking a break. So, how do we make sure it's functioning at its best? Let's start by looking at what can go wrong if we don't take care of our heart. And more importantly, how we can avoid these issues. I want to explain a few simple concepts that will help you understand how heart disease develops and, more importantly, how you can stop it. One of the first things we need to talk about is cholesterol. Now, I know the word might sound a little scary, but it's important to understand. Cholesterol is a type of fat that's found in your blood. There are two kinds of cholesterol: good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. The good kind, called HDL, helps remove excess cholesterol from the blood vessels, acting like a cleanup crew. But the bad kind, LDL, is the troublemaker. Too much LDL cholesterol in the bloodstream can lead to plaque buildup in the arteries. Think of your arteries like highways, and the blood as cars driving through them. If there's too much cholesterol, it's like those highways get clogged and the cars can't move freely. When that happens, it can cause a heart attack or even a stroke. So, what can we do about it? The good news is that we have control over our cholesterol levels. And with a few simple changes, we can lower the bad cholesterol and raise the good cholesterol. A healthy diet, regular exercise, and even stress management can help. And I'll dive into exactly how you can make these changes in just a bit. Another big player in heart health is blood pressure. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is another major risk factor for heart disease. What happens with high blood pressure is this. The blood in your body is flowing through your arteries with too much force. It's like turning the faucet on too high, and the water starts spraying everywhere. When your blood pressure is high, it causes extra pressure on the walls of your arteries, making them harder and stiffer. Over time, this can cause damage to your heart and blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow properly. It can even lead to a heart attack, kidney disease, or stroke. But here's the thing. Just like cholesterol, you can control your blood pressure. You don't have to rely on medication alone. Small lifestyle changes like reducing the amount of salt in your diet, exercising regularly, and managing stress can help lower your blood pressure and protect your heart. We'll get into all of that later. Now, let's talk about something that might be a little less obvious: inflammation. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection. When you get a cut, for example, your body sends white blood cells to the area to help it heal. This is a good kind of inflammation. But when inflammation becomes chronic, when it sticks around for a long time, it can start to cause damage inside your body. This is what happens with heart disease. Chronic inflammation can damage the lining of your blood vessels, making it easier for cholesterol and other substances to build up and clog the arteries. This can lead to a condition known as atherosclerosis, where plaque builds up in the arteries and makes it difficult for blood to flow properly. The scary thing is, many of us don't even realize we have inflammation in our bodies. It's happening silently, behind the scenes, and it doesn't always show up with symptoms. But the good news is that inflammation can be reduced with simple, healthy habits, like eating an anti-inflammatory diet, staying active, and reducing stress. You see, the science behind heart disease is pretty simple. It's all about keeping the blood flowing smoothly, maintaining healthy blood vessels, and preventing the buildup of substances that can damage your heart. And this brings us to circulation. Our circulatory system is responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell in our body. But when something goes wrong with the heart or blood vessels, like when cholesterol clogs the arteries, circulation slows down, and it can lead to serious health problems. So, how do we keep everything running smoothly? How do we keep our blood flowing freely, prevent damage to the blood vessels, and protect our heart? It comes down to lifestyle choices. The things we do every day, what we eat, how much we move, how we handle stress, they all affect our heart health. You've probably heard the saying, what's good for your heart is good for your whole body. And that's absolutely true. When you make choices that protect your heart, you're also protecting your entire body. Heart disease doesn't just affect the heart. It can lead to kidney problems, high cholesterol, strokes, and a whole list of other issues. But the good news is that you don't have to live in fear. You can take control. By making small changes, you can drastically improve the health of your heart and the rest of your body. Let me tell you something important. You don't need to be a doctor to understand how to take care of your heart. The science behind it is simple, and you don't need to be overwhelmed by complicated medical terms. What you need is a few clear guidelines to follow, and that's exactly what we're going to cover today. I know you might be feeling overwhelmed right now. You might be thinking, this sounds complicated, or how can I possibly change my diet or exercise habits when life is so busy? But don't worry, you don't need to make drastic changes overnight. All it takes is one small step at a time, and once you start, you'll feel the difference. It's all about being proactive, and taking action today can make all the difference tomorrow. So, with that in mind, I want to help you understand how you can make these changes. We've talked about cholesterol, blood pressure, inflammation, and circulation, the key factors that affect your heart health. Now, it's time to focus on the simple, actionable steps you can take to keep your heart healthy, strong, and free from the risks of heart disease. Let's get started. Part 3. Actionable change. 1. Eat heart-healthy foods. Now that we understand the science behind heart health and how things like cholesterol, blood pressure, and inflammation affect our hearts, it's time to talk about what you can do about it. The first change, and one of the most powerful things you can do to protect your heart, is to eat heart-healthy foods. You might be wondering, what exactly are heart-healthy foods and how can I fit them into my busy life? Well, let's start with the basics. Eating heart-healthy foods doesn't mean you have to follow a super strict diet or give up all your favorite foods. It's not about drastic changes or cutting out everything that tastes good. Instead, it's about making small adjustments to your diet, choosing the right foods that help keep your heart strong. Let's begin with healthy fats. I know. When most people hear the word fat, they immediately think it's something to avoid, but not all fats are bad for you. In fact, there are healthy fats that can actually help improve your heart health. The key is choosing the right kind of fat. The best kinds of fat for your heart are unsaturated fats. These fats are found in foods like olive oil, avocados, and nuts. When you add these healthy fats to your diet, they can help lower your bad LDL cholesterol, the kind that causes plaque to build up in your arteries. This means less clogging in your arteries and better blood flow to your heart. You can even swap out butter or margarine for olive oil when cooking, and try adding a handful of almonds or walnuts as a snack instead of reaching for chips or candy. Let's take a closer look at omega-3 fatty acids, which are another type of healthy fat that's amazing for your heart. Omega-3s are found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are packed with omega-3s, which are known to reduce inflammation and lower the risk of heart disease. But what if you don't like fish? Don't worry. There are plenty of plant-based sources of omega-3s like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. By incorporating these into your meals, you're giving your heart the nutrients it needs to stay healthy. Now, let's talk about fiber. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. You might not realize it, but fiber plays a huge role in heart health. It helps lower cholesterol by binding to the cholesterol in your digestive system and removing it from your body. It also helps keep your blood sugar levels in check, which is important because high blood sugar can lead to heart disease over time. Some great sources of fiber are foods like oats, barley, beans, lentils, apples, and berries. Eating more fiber-rich foods can help to keep your arteries clear, lower your cholesterol, and improve your overall heart health. And here's a little tip. Try starting your day with a bowl of oatmeal. It's an easy and delicious way to get more fiber into your diet. You can even top it with some fresh berries or a spoonful of chia seeds to boost the fiber even more. Next, let's talk about fruits and vegetables. These are the most heart-healthy foods you can eat. Why? Because they're packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber, all of which help protect your heart and reduce inflammation. Color is key here. The more colorful your plate, the more antioxidants and nutrients you're getting. Brightly colored fruits and vegetables like spinach, kale, carrots, peppers, tomatoes, berries, and oranges are packed with compounds that help keep your heart healthy and strong. And here's another important reason to eat more fruits and vegetables. They're low in calories and high in nutrients. This means you can eat a lot of them without worrying about gaining weight, which is another important factor for heart health. If you're trying to lose weight or maintain a healthy weight, filling up on veggies and fruits can help you feel full and satisfied without overeating. But what about processed foods? We all know they're convenient, but they're not doing any favor for our hearts. Processed foods are often high in unhealthy fats, sodium, and added sugars. Too much of these can raise your blood pressure, increase inflammation, and lead to weight gain, all of which put extra stress on your heart. That doesn't mean you have to avoid processed foods completely, but it's important to make sure they're not the main part of your diet. Instead, focus on whole, natural foods that nourish your body. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Eating all these fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats sounds great, but I don't have time to cook elaborate meals every day. And I hear you, but the good news is that eating healthy doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. You can start with simple swaps. For example, if you're making a sandwich, try swapping out white bread for whole grain bread. Or if you're making pasta, add in some sauteed spinach or broccoli to get more vegetables on your plate. You can also prep meals ahead of time, so when you're busy during the week, you can just grab something healthy from the fridge. Meal prepping is a great way to stay on track and make sure you have heart-healthy options, ready when you need them. Here's a quick example of a heart-healthy meal. How about a grilled salmon salad? You can make it with leafy greens like spinach or kale. Add some cherry tomatoes, avocado, and a handful of nuts, and top it off with a simple olive oil and lemon dressing. This meal is full of healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants, and it's quick and easy to make. Another heart-healthy meal idea is a bean chili. You can use black beans, kidney beans, and tomatoes as the base, and then add lots of vegetables like bell peppers, onions, and carrots. It's a warm, filling meal that's packed with fiber and antioxidants, and it's a great option for meal prepping. The key takeaway here is that eating for heart health doesn't mean you have to give up the foods you love. It's about making smarter choices, choosing foods that nourish your heart, and enjoying them in the right amounts. It's all about balance. And the best part? These changes don't just benefit your heart, they benefit your entire body. When you start feeding your body the right kinds of foods, you'll notice an improvement in your energy, mood, and overall well-being. So, where do you begin? Start by choosing 1 or 2 changes you can make today. Maybe you'll swap out a processed snack for some fruit, or start adding more leafy greens to your meals. Whatever it is, the small changes you make today will add up over time. Your heart will thank you for it. And remember, these changes don't have to be perfect. It's not about being flawless in every meal. It's about making progress. Start where you are and make it a habit to choose heart-healthy foods more often. With time, these changes will become second nature, and your heart will be stronger for it. Part 4. Actionable change. 2. Get moving with regular exercise. Now that we've covered how important eating heart-healthy foods is for your heart, let's talk about something else that's just as important: exercise. You might be thinking, I don't have time for the gym, or I'm not sure where to start. But let me tell you this, you don't need to be a marathon runner or spend hours lifting weights to keep your heart healthy. Exercise doesn't have to be complicated or exhausting. It's all about getting your body moving and staying active on a regular basis. Let's break it down. Regular exercise is one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your heart. And it's not just about losing weight or looking fit. It's about keeping your heart strong, improving your blood circulation, and lowering your risk for heart disease. But how does exercise actually help your heart? Well, it comes down to a few key benefits. First of all, exercise helps lower your blood pressure. If you've ever had your blood pressure checked, you know that high blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart disease. When you exercise, your heart gets stronger, and it doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood through your body. This lowers the pressure in your arteries and helps keep your blood pressure at a healthy level. Even moderate exercise, like walking, can make a big difference. Next, exercise helps improve your cholesterol levels. We talked about cholesterol earlier, and how high levels of bad LDL cholesterol can clog your arteries and lead to heart disease. But regular physical activity can actually help lower your LDL cholesterol and increase your good HDL cholesterol. When you do physical activity, it helps your body clear out the bad cholesterol and flush it from your system. Exercise also helps reduce inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is another silent killer of heart health, and it can lead to serious problems over time. But here's the great news. Exercise has been shown to reduce the level of inflammation in the body, especially in the blood vessels. This means that by exercising regularly, you're helping your body fight off the effects of chronic inflammation, which can protect your heart in the long run. And let's not forget about weight management. Maintaining a healthy weight is critical for heart health. Excess weight puts extra strain on your heart, and it can lead to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, all of which increase the risk of heart disease. But here's the thing. Exercise doesn't just help you burn calories. It also helps regulate your metabolism and keeps your body's systems working properly. Even just 30 minutes of moderate exercise a few times a week can help you maintain a healthy weight and reduce the risk of obesity-related heart problems. So, now that we know all the amazing ways exercise helps our hearts, the next question is, what kind of exercise do we need to do? The good news is that it doesn't have to be anything intense or complicated. You don't need to join a gym or start a heavy workout program. All it takes is finding something you enjoy and making it a regular part of your routine. Let's start with walking. It might sound too simple, but walking is one of the best and easiest exercises you can do for your heart. It doesn't matter if you're walking around your neighborhood, at a park, or even around your office during your lunch break. Just getting your body moving and keeping a brisk pace can lower your blood pressure, improve your cholesterol, and strengthen your heart. If you can walk for 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week, you'll already be making a huge impact on your heart health. Another great option is cycling. Cycling is a low-impact exercise that's easy on the joints, but still works your heart and muscles. You don't have to be a professional cyclist to benefit from it. Whether you're cycling outside on a bike trail or riding a stationary bike at home, cycling is an excellent way to improve cardiovascular health. It helps with endurance, reduces body fat, and strengthens the muscles that support your heart. If you enjoy being in the water, swimming is another fantastic exercise. Swimming is a full-body workout that engages your heart, lungs, and muscles. It's also easy on your joints, which makes it a great choice for people who have joint pain or other mobility issues. Plus, swimming can help increase your lung capacity and improve circulation, both of which are important for heart health. If you're looking for something a little more fun, dancing can be a great way to get your heart pumping. Whether you're dancing at home, in a class, or even just dancing to your favorite music, it's a great cardiovascular workout. Dance is a high-energy activity that can increase your heart rate, improve circulation, and boost your mood. And the best part is, You're having fun while you're doing it. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what type of exercise you choose. What matters is making it a regular part of your life. It's all about consistency. Experts recommend getting at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week. That's just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And trust me, it's easier than you think. If you don't have 30 minutes in one block, that's okay. You can break it up into smaller sessions throughout the day. 3 10-minute walks in a day can have the same heart-healthy benefits as one 30-minute walk. If you're someone who's just getting started with exercise, don't feel like you have to go all out right away. Start slow. Begin with something that feels manageable. Maybe you start with 10 minutes of walking a day and slowly increase the time as you get more comfortable. The key is to start where you are and then gradually build up. Now, let's talk about something else that's equally important. Strength training. Strength training isn't just for bodybuilders or athletes, it's also incredibly beneficial for heart health. By lifting weights or using resistance bands, you can build muscle mass, increase your metabolism, and strengthen your bones and joints. Strength training helps increase your body's ability to burn fat and improves your overall fitness. And the best part? You don't need to go to the gym to do it. You can use your own body weight for exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups, or use simple dumbbells or resistance bands at home. You might be thinking, I don't have time for all this. But here's the good news. It's not about spending hours at the gym. It's about making small changes in your daily routine. Instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Park a little farther from the store and walk. Walk or bike instead of driving when you can. These small activities all add up over time. The key is consistency. Find activities that you enjoy and make them a part of your daily life. As you keep moving, you'll start to notice improvements in your energy levels, your mood, and most importantly, your heart health. It doesn't take drastic changes, just a commitment to move a little more every day. Remember, your heart is at the center of your health. The more you take care of it with exercise, the stronger and more resilient it will be. So get up, get moving, and start today. Your heart will thank you for it. Part 5. Actionable change 3. Manage your stress. By now, we've covered a lot about heart health, how the foods we eat and how much we move can make a real difference. But there's one more crucial factor that affects our heart that we haven't discussed yet: stress. You might be thinking, sure, stress is a part of life, but how does it really affect my heart? Let me tell you, stress is one of the most silent and dangerous threats to your heart health. Think about your day. You wake up and maybe you feel rushed right from the start. The emails pile up. You have deadlines to meet. Or maybe you're dealing with family pressures, financial worries, or just the general chaos of everyday life. These pressures trigger stress in our bodies. And while a little stress now and then is normal, when stress becomes chronic, when it sticks around day after day, week after week, it starts to take a serious toll on your heart. You see, when you're stressed, your body releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which are meant to help you deal with immediate challenges. These hormones raise your heart rate and blood pressure, preparing you for what's known as the fight or flight response. In short bursts, this is helpful. It helps you react quickly in dangerous situations. But when this stress response happens too often, and your body stays in a heightened state for too long, it starts to wear down your heart. Imagine your heart working overtime, racing constantly, dealing with higher blood pressure, faster heartbeats, and more tension in your blood vessels. Over time, this chronic stress puts a heavy burden on your heart, increasing your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and even stroke. Studies have shown that people who are under constant stress are more likely to develop conditions like heart attacks and heart failure. But here's the good news. You have the power to control how stress impacts your body. Managing stress is one of the most powerful steps you can take to improve your heart health. And I know it might sound easier said than done. Stress is everywhere, and it's not something that can be erased overnight. But the key is not to eliminate stress entirely, but to learn how to manage it better so it doesn't control you. Let's talk about some simple, actionable ways you can start reducing your stress and taking care of your heart. First, let's focus on deep breathing. One of the quickest and easiest ways to calm your body and mind is to practice deep breathing exercises. You don't need any special equipment or a quiet room. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Here's how it works. When you're feeling stressed, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. Deep breathing helps slow your breath down, lower your heart rate, and send a signal to your body that it's time to relax. A great method to try is the 4-7-8 technique. All you have to do is breathe in for a count of 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then slowly exhale for 8 seconds. Do this a few times and you'll notice your body calming down. It's a simple technique, but it works. Wonders for reducing immediate stress and helping you feel more centered. Deep breathing has been shown to lower blood pressure and heart rate, making it an excellent tool for protecting your heart. Next, let's talk about mindfulness meditation. You might have heard of this before, but you might also be thinking, I don't have time for meditation, or I'm not good at it. But hear me out. Meditation doesn't have to be a long, complicated process. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference in how you handle stress and protect your heart. Meditation helps you focus on the present moment, letting go of worries about the past or future. It teaches you how to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting overwhelmed by them. If you're new to meditation, start with just 5 minutes a day. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Focus on your breath and try to clear your mind. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just gently bring it back to your breath. Over time, you'll get better at calming your thoughts, and the benefits will show up in your stress levels, your mood, and most importantly, your heart health. Another great way to manage stress is through physical relaxation techniques like yoga. Yoga is not only great for your flexibility and strength, but it also helps calm the mind and reduce stress. When you practice yoga, you're engaging in gentle movement and deep breathing at the same time, which lowers your stress hormones and helps your body relax. Many studies have shown that yoga can reduce blood pressure, improve circulation, and even lower the risk of heart disease. But you don't need to go to a yoga class to get these benefits. There are plenty of simple yoga stretches you can do at home, even if you've never tried yoga before. For example, gentle stretches like forward bends, cat-cow stretches, or child's pose can help release tension in your muscles and calm your mind. And the best part? You can do them in just 10 minutes a day, right in your living room. Let's also talk about the importance of taking breaks throughout your day. When you're working hard or running around doing errands, it's easy to forget that your body needs rest. Taking regular breaks, even just a few minutes every hour, helps lower your stress and keeps your heart from getting overwhelmed. You don't need a long vacation to recharge. Short, frequent breaks can work wonders. Take a short walk, close your eyes, and breathe, or just step outside for a moment to clear your head. These small breaks will reduce your stress and improve your mental clarity, making it easier to tackle the rest of your day. Another powerful tool for reducing stress is social support. Being around friends and family, or even just talking to someone you trust, can help you cope with stress. Social connections are vital for mental health and can help lower the negative effects of stress on your body. Take time to reach out to loved ones. Even a quick phone call or a friendly chat can boost your mood and help you feel supported. And remember, it's okay to ask for help when things feel overwhelming. You don't have to handle everything on your own. But here's one more tip that's often overlooked: sleep. Sleep is a critical part of stress management. When you don't get enough sleep, your body becomes more sensitive to stress. Lack of sleep increases the production of stress hormones and makes it harder to cope with daily challenges. On the other hand, when you get enough restful sleep, your body can handle stress much better. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, and make sleep a priority. Your heart will thank you for it. Managing stress is an ongoing process, and it's something you have to work on every day. It's not about eliminating stress entirely. That's impossible. It's about learning to cope with it and not letting it take over your life. The more tools you have in your stress management toolbox, the better equipped you'll be to handle life's ups and downs without letting stress damage your heart. So, take a deep breath. Start practicing these stress-reducing techniques and make them a regular part of your routine. Your heart will become stronger, and your life will feel more balanced and manageable. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Take it one step at a time, and soon enough, you'll notice how much more in control you feel. Part 6. Actionable change. 4. Prioritize sleep and rest. Let's talk about something that we all know is important, but often overlook: sleep. Sleep is something we all do every night, but how many of us truly recognize the profound impact it has on our heart health? The reality is, sleep is more than just a time to rest. It's when your body has a chance to recharge, repair, and regenerate, including your heart. In fact, getting quality sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your heart, and it's something that many people tend to ignore. Think about it. When we don't get enough sleep, our bodies don't get the time they need to recover. Our heart doesn't get to rest, and our stress levels remain high. Without enough sleep, your body produces more stress hormones like cortisol, which can raise blood pressure, increase inflammation, and make your heart work harder than it should. Over time, poor sleep habits can contribute to high blood pressure, higher cholesterol levels, and an increased risk of heart disease. But here's the great news. Improving your sleep is something you can control, and it doesn't have to be complicated. So, let's dive into why sleep matters so much for your heart. When you sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure naturally drop, giving your heart a chance to recover and repair. Think of it like a break for your heart after a long, busy day. If you don't get enough sleep, your heart doesn't get that rest, and it continues to be under strain. This constant strain can wear down your cardiovascular system over time. Research has shown that people who consistently get less than 6 hours of sleep a night are at a significantly higher risk for developing heart disease. In fact, lack of sleep has been linked to a number of serious health conditions, including high blood pressure, diabetes, and even stroke. The link between sleep deprivation and heart disease is clear. Not getting enough sleep can increase your risk of developing cardiovascular problems. But it's not just about how many hours you sleep. It's also about how restful that sleep is. If you're tossing and turning all night, your body isn't getting the quality rest it needs. Deep sleep, the kind of sleep where your body and heart truly repair themselves, is crucial. That's why it's important to create a sleep-friendly environment that helps you fall asleep quickly and stay asleep throughout the night. One of the first steps to improving your sleep is establishing a consistent sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. If you have trouble falling asleep, try to create a calming bedtime routine that signals to your body that it's time to wean down. Maybe that means reading a book, listening to calming music, or doing some gentle stretches. Whatever helps you relax, make it part of your nightly routine. Another tip is to be mindful of what you eat and drink before bed. Avoid large meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime. These can all disrupt your sleep. Caffeine is a stimulant, so even if you drink it early in the day, it can interfere with your ability to fall asleep at night. Similarly, alcohol may make you feel sleepy at first, but it can disrupt your sleep cycle and keep you from entering the deep sleep stages that are so important for heart health. Try to keep your evening meals light and avoid eating heavy, rich foods too close to bedtime. Let's also talk about screen time. In today's world, many of us spend hours staring at screens, whether it's our phone, tablet, computer, or TV. The blue light emitted from these screens can actually interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. To improve your sleep, try to reduce screen time at least an hour before bed. If you can, try reading a book or doing something relaxing without screens to help your brain wind down. This small change can make a big difference in how easily you fall asleep and how well you sleep through the night. But it's not just about what happens before bed. It's also about how you create a restful environment. Your bedroom should be a place of relaxation, not a place for stress or distractions. Make sure your room is cool, quiet, and dark. If noise is an issue, consider using earplugs or a white noise machine to block out disruptive sounds. Light can also be a major disruptor of sleep. so keep the room as dark as possible. Blackout curtains are a great investment if streetlights or early morning sunlight are a problem. Sometimes getting quality sleep isn't just about your environment or habits. It's also about managing your thoughts. If your mind is racing when you try to fall asleep, it can be hard to relax enough to get the rest your body needs. One effective technique is mindfulness meditation, which I've mentioned earlier. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of focusing on your breath before bed can calm your mind and help you sleep more soundly. You can also try journaling before bed. Writing down your thoughts can help clear your mind and prevent worries from keeping you awake at night. Let's also talk about napping. While long naps during the day can interfere with nighttime sleep, short naps, about 20 to 30 minutes, can actually be refreshing and give your heart and body a break during the day. Just make sure your nap is not too late in the afternoon, as it might make it harder for you to fall asleep at night. Here's something important to keep in mind. If you're struggling with sleep despite trying these changes, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Sleep problems like insomnia or sleep apnea can be serious and may require medical intervention. Sleep apnea, for example, is a condition where your breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep, which can raise your risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. If you suspect you have a sleep disorder, it's important to get a professional evaluation. So, let's recap. Sleep is critical for heart health. Getting enough quality sleep helps your heart rest, recover, and function properly. But it's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's also about the quality. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule, reducing screen time, creating a relaxing sleep environment, and managing stress before bed are all simple, powerful ways to improve your sleep and protect your heart. Remember, your heart is working hard for you every day. It deserves rest too. Prioritize your sleep, and you'll notice not only a stronger heart, but also a better mood, improved energy levels, and a healthier overall lifestyle. As we come to the end of this journey to better heart health, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've learned. We've talked about the science behind heart disease, how things like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and inflammation can damage your heart. We've also discussed how small, everyday changes like eating heart-healthy foods, getting regular exercise, managing stress, and getting enough sleep can dramatically reduce your risk and improve your heart health. These are not just abstract ideas. They are real changes you can start making today. Now, you might be thinking, that's a lot of information and it sounds great, but where do I start? I get it. Sometimes when we think about making changes, it can feel overwhelming. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be all at once. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start small and take one step at a time. Maybe you start with a small change to your diet, swapping out one processed snack for a piece of fruit, or adding a serving of vegetables to your lunch. Or maybe you decide that today you'll take a short walk, even if it's just 10 minutes. The key is to start and to keep going. Every small step you take toward a healthier lifestyle will add up over time, and you'll begin to feel the benefits in your energy, your mood, and most importantly, your heart. Remember, you are in control. The choices you make every day, the foods you eat, the way you move, how you manage your stress, and how you prioritize your sleep all have a profound impact on your heart. Your heart is the engine that keeps everything running. It's time to give it the care and attention it deserves. But it's not just about what you do today. It's about making heart health a part of your long-term routine. Heart health is a journey, not a destination. The small changes you make today will help you build habits that last for a lifetime. These habits won't just protect your heart, they'll improve your overall well-being. You'll find yourself feeling more energized, more focused, and more in control of your health. You don't have to wait until something goes wrong to make these changes. Start today. If you're not sure where to begin, remember, every small step counts. Whether it's committing to a 10-minute walk every day, adding more fruits and vegetables to your meals, or practicing a few minutes of deep breathing before bed, these changes are all part of the bigger picture of taking care of your heart. It's about making those choices today that will lead to a healthier tomorrow. And if you ever feel discouraged or think the change is too much, Remind yourself of the big picture. Every action you take now is an investment in your future. It's an investment in a longer, healthier life. Imagine waking up every day feeling energized, knowing that you've taken the steps to protect your heart, your most important organ. That's what this journey is about. Not perfection, but progress. And progress is something you can achieve, step by step, day by day. I want to remind you that you're not alone in this. Millions of people around the world are taking action to improve their heart health right alongside you. And when you take action, not only are you improving your own health, but you're also setting an example for others. You have the power to inspire change, not just in yourself, but in those around you. When people see you making heart-healthy choices, they're more likely to follow your lead. And together, we can create a community of people dedicated to taking care of their hearts and living healthier lives. So, let's make a promise today. A promise to put our heart health first. A promise to eat better, move more, manage stress, and get the sleep we need. A promise to prioritize our health today so we can live our best lives tomorrow. Before you go, I want to invite you to take action now. Start by making one small change today. Maybe it's as simple as drinking a glass of water instead of soda, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Whatever it is, take that first step today. Your heart will thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to Health360 Pro for more tips and advice on how to live a healthier, longer life. We're here to guide you every step of the way. So, make that promise to yourself. Start making small changes today that will lead to big results tomorrow. Your heart is worth it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to better heart health. Take care of your heart, and it will take care of you. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.